Les Conard, Washout Watchdog, and we're adjusting a CO2 probe right out here in the field today at Bauman Landscape. And they bought a machine really cool. They're going to take their washout, run it through, process it, bring it back down to neutral, store it in this tank, put it back in their volumetric mixer, and put it right back into the concrete. We're very excited about that. So here's our CO2 machine, CO2, but we're checking the probe right now, and you have to do that regularly. Right now we have a brand new probe, and when I pulled it out of this is an acid solution, so it was reading in the 3s. I've rinsed that off. So I've rinsed off everything. We don't want to taint these things, so we have to use either distilled water or not. And we've got this solution that's a 7.0. So the yellow is a 7.0 and the blue is a 10.0. We're going to use both of those. We're going to clean it off in between and make sure that we're reading the true 7 or 10, and then we'll adjust the offset or the slope to get us dialed in on this. So first I'm going to take our pH probe. We've got our machine on, it's not running. We want to make sure the pump's not running. We just want to test it with this gauge right here. If you run a lot, if you're running it every day, then for hours, you should probably check it every week. But if you're running it intermittently like they will, then every 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even once a month. If you were to pull it out of there, it would have caustic materials on it. We would want to rinse that in an acid solution or a truck wash solution and get it out before we started doing this test. I'm going to take the probe out. Now the probe always has to be moist. So we've got our line set up over there. As you can see, that water would remain in it even when the system's off. So you've got a big U shape, and you see where the probe goes in with the white over there, and we'll be putting it in. So first I'm going to rinse off my probe, and I am going to check the 7.0, which is yellow. Okay, so somewhere between 699 and 701 would be sufficient for that. Now we're going to rinse this off, and we're going to go into the 10.0 solution and adjust from there. So you heard the machine kick on. If the pump was going on, it would be putting CO2 in because it's above our level of what we want to bring it to. So we're at 9.9, we're over 10. So how it works is we set our dial down here to how much we want to dose and what level we want to dose at. So I wanted to walk through what we've got. We've got a dosing system that's set for 30 minutes. It can be turned on and off. So this pump's going to run for 30 minutes. But this is what doses the gas in. We have our gas in, it's on 30. There's gas pressure here, but there's nothing dosing. You would hear a click, 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 click back and forth when it doses. So it's just going to run. And if this were to go above the 7.45 that we've set it to now, it would give it a little bit more gas. At the end of 30 minutes, we're going to take that good clean water, pump it into this tank, and then when it's full, he'll pump it into his volumetric mixers and put it right back into concrete. So that's kind of it. I'm going to walk it one more time. We have an on-off switch on our machine, a cutoff here on the left to cut off all the power. We also have an on-off on the inside and the outside. So we're going to turn our machine on, we're going to flip it on, and now we're running a 30-minute cycle. It's going to check what our pH is. The gas is still on. It doesn't need any gas, so it's not putting any in. This regulator doses it about every 15 seconds. So within 1 minute, we were already finished with our water, and now it's not dosing anymore. And that's it. So if you turn back this way and look at this bin, his volumetric mixers will wash out with this on the ground. They'll take it off on the job site, wash their mixer into that, pump the dirty water into this here and treat it. So this is where our treatment's going to be. And when the water's clear, he's going to put it in his clear water tank and good to go. And that way it always stays at the whatever we set the CO2 at. And so this is really a cool system. It's a job site CO2 washout system that takes dirty water and processes it back to neutral water that can be reused in the concrete. So again, Les Conard, Washout Watchdog, here at Bauman Landscape up in San Rafael and San Francisco area, and looking forward to seeing this in process on the job.